welcome to the Pensacola Lighthouse and Maritime Museum, virtually of course. Over the past 11 years, FLA has been instrumental in a multi-million-dollar complete renovation of our historic light station. The Pensacola Lighthouse has asked and been awarded with numerous grants over our 11-year existence. Seeing how our property looked back then, like the forgotten lighthouse on the edge of an active naval base, where do you begin? With the same process as eating an elephant, of course, one bite at a time. Our first restoration steps were taken back in 2011. When the state was not able to assist with funding, FLA came to the rescue, and we were able to complete our first $45,000 restoration project of our Keeper's Quarters, 2-story wraparound porches. The Keeper's Quarters was built back in 1869, 10 years after the current lighthouse, and the porches were constructed sometime in the early 1900s and had not been maintained in a very long time. In 2012, we expanded our footprint of our yard. Up to this point, our gift shop was very small and located in one of the rooms of the Keeper's Quarters. FLA was again able to step in like a defibrillator and jumpstart our restoration of our carriage house. We were able to hire an architect who reconstructed the building using as many original parts as possible. It now functions as our gift shop and is our guests' first impression of our light station as their tour begins there. In 2013, we combined FLA and state funds and started our first major phase of restoration for the lighthouse tower itself. For every dollar FLA awarded us, we were able to multiply that by a factor of at least 10, and it allowed us to remove the rubber exterior black and white paint. It repaired several tower wall cracks and the removal of 3 steel brackets that were not historic and no longer used by the Coast Guard. In 2015, we got started with the interior of the tower. This step actually just held us over and kept us safely open while we made preparations for the next phase. We had several stairs with pieces of plywood over them that was beginning to rot and pose a real safety concern. The plywood was replaced by metal plates so that we could still welcome guests and benefit from the income of their visits. In 2016, we knew for sure that we had 29 stair treads and 9 risers that would need replaced for a total cost of around $50,000. However, once we started the work, we discovered that there were 110 treads total that needed replaced. So at a cost of nearly $1,700 per stair, our project cost quickly rose to a staggering $187,000. FLA was a huge help in bridging the gap, and now all 177 stairs are in perfect condition and poised to welcome guests for years to come. In 2017, FLA awarded us a grant that provided for a $40,000 roof and window replacement project for the Keeper's Quarters, as well as the workroom portion of the tower. The windows were restored to their original design, which utilized a cable and counterweight inside the window frame. It really enhanced the authenticity and the appearance of the Keeper's Quarters. They just don't build things like this anymore. Finishing up our tower restoration in 2018 was probably our most visible stage to our guest. Our tower was clad in scaffolding from head to toe, and the lantern room was completely restored. All of the ironwork, handrails, balcony footplates were all removed and sent to Alexandria City, Alabama, where the pieces were sanded, repainted, and refurbished, then reinstalled. Finally, in 2019, the heart of our lighthouse, the historic First Order Fresnel lens, received some much-needed attention. The cast iron carriage was changed from black paint by the Coast Guard to its historically accurate green with white pinstripes. We also had a certified lampist repair 2 of our 8 bullseyes that had been damaged over the years with Artworks Florida acrylic pieces. The lens produces 8 equal, consistent beams. Another grant from FLA allowed us to obtain a replica 4th Order and 7th Order Fresnel lens that we incorporated into our Art of Illumination room in our museum. These 2 pieces are the central focal point of our exhibit that explains to our guests what lenses do and where lighthouses have come from throughout the years. We also built our administration building recently. This achievement has been wonderful because it was the last piece of making the Keeper's Quarters all exhibit space. We were able to move our offices into a new building that combines old light station charm with modern day office needs, and the guests now have access to 95% of the 2-story, 150-year-old duplex. Next time you're in Pensacola, stop by. You'll appreciate where our state-of-the-art light station is now, but we hope that this short video also helps you appreciate where it has come from in a very short amount of time. In just 11 short years, we've taken this forgotten lady and made her into a true destination. Thank you, Florida Lighthouse Association, for helping us tell the story, and most of all, thank you for helping us keep the light shining for generations to come.